The hunt for the Fan Clan Master Set of Surging Sparks officially begins right now. I have not opened any Surging Sparks yet. It's been a very busy weekend packing up pre-orders, but we are finally going to break into it and start putting together this amazing binder. This was provided to us by the Unlucky Collector on Instagram. Make sure to give him a follow. He did all the custom etch work, all this stuff. And this is going to go to one lucky subscriber. We will announce that giveaway as soon as the master set is complete, which will hopefully be Thursday. It's a big master set, but we're going to break into this, and we are going to we're going to start putting together the master set. We are going to begin by opening up an entire case of booster bundles. So there's 20 booster bundles in here. There's 120 packs of Surging Sparks. Usually that means if pull rates stay the same, we should get one special illustration, two if we're lucky. If we're lucky, we'll get two special illustration rares. It's kind of like borderline. It's 1 out of 70-ish packs. So we should get one. We might get two. We should get one hyper rare. We should get like 10 illustration rares. And we should get a good dent on our Surging Sparks Master Set. I'm really excited to finally break into this set. It feels like a long time. It hasn't been that long since Stellar Crown came out, but I'm really excited. You can let me know in the comments section down below how your pulls have been so far. A lot of pre-releases have started already. Obviously, we had pre-releases last week. This set officially comes out next Friday. I've been getting a ton of questions about Prismatic Evolution and pre-orders and when we're going to put those up. It's not going to be until whenever it is that we get allocation numbers, which is probably going to be a few weeks yet. We do have, however, Terrestrial Festival booster boxes that you can pre-order. So this is Prismatic Evolution in the Japanese set. So this comes out on December 6th in Japan. We have pre-orders up and ready to go on our new Japanese website. I will put the link in the description down below. But you can go to KurosyoShop.com and you can pre-order Terrestrial Festival. And then January is when Prismatic Evolution comes out. Obviously, there's a lot of hype behind it right now. Don't FOMO, don't go nuts, don't overspend. We have no idea what allocation numbers look like, and we do not like to put up any pre-orders or anything like that until we have allocation numbers, just to be safe. So I will make sure you join the Discord. There'll be a link in the description down below. I will let everybody know as soon as we plan on putting that up, so you can make the best decision when it comes to spend. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great set, but it is going to be overhyped. With that being said, let's jump into it. I got a new, I used the new World Championship from 2024, changing out the playmat a little bit, and we will see how things go. I have not opened up many booster bundles for a while. I did not open up any booster bundles with Stellar Crown. I know that I did with Twilight Masquerade, but booster bundles, just 6 packs. They all have different, when you have a specialty set like Paldean Fates and like 151, for example, the booster bundles are more of like a cube, whereas these are more square shaped for the main series set. So this is how they look. Like I said, this comes out next week. Next week Friday is Surging Sparks. We're going to break through things relatively quickly, and I am going to just sort while I go. So that way you can kind of get a feel for how I like to do things. I usually like to just make different piles as I go. So I'll put the reverse hollows in a pile. I'll put the hollow rares in a pile. I'll put the energy in one pile. And I'll put the code card in another pile. And then all the commons and uncommons go in a pile of their own. And that's what I do whenever I open. I know it's a lot of fun just to kind of rip through packs and look at your ultra rare. I will also make my own pile for trainer cards, just so that way if I need to search through something quickly to try and find a trainer card, they're all basically right there. So we've got our first hit, which is a Flygon EX, and this is basically how we're going to do things. We're going to go through things relatively quickly. We've got all of our piles set out here. I'm going to sleeve all the ultras, and we're just going to see what things look like at the end. Booster bundles are a great product as far as 6 packs go, just because it gives you a little bit of a taste of the set, but it also usually gives you a good mix of what to expect as far as pull rates go. It gives you should get at least a hit, whereas you can get a 3-pack blister, unfortunately, and it just doesn't always give you a hit, which is kind of annoying. But that's because pull rates have changed a little bit. I do put my A-spec cards in with my ultra rares, just because we like to document what pull rates look like on those. So this is our first booster bundle right here. This is pack number 5. And really our goal is to try and find some of those harder cards right out of the gates. Those special illustration rares are very, very cool in the set. You'll have to let me know in the description down below what your chase card is. Me personally, the Alolan Executor, when it comes to these special illustration rares, is my Clobbopus. Oh, killer. The Alolan Executor is my chase card. That's the one that I like the most. I think it looks absolutely slapping. I love the way that it looks. But there's a Clobbopus. We're 6 done, so we're 1/20th of the way done, and we'll go a little bit faster as we go here, and hopefully I can keep my pile sorted. But this will help me put together the master set a little bit more quickly, because then I can sort. Once you get all the commons and uncommons pulled out, you can kind of sort by typing, and that gives you, holy buckets, we're gonna get something right away. Oh my goodness, we got the Durant. Oh man, so I am excited about the Durant. It's probably gonna be one of the cheaper ones of the special illustrationers, but that's okay. It's okay that it's gonna be cheaper, but they all form like you can connect all these cards together, and it looks like just this giant group of marching ants. So I would like, I'm gonna have an entire binder full of just Durant EXs, because they look so cool together when you put them all together. So there's we already got our first special illustration rare, and right on the heels of that is another banger. We've got the Clement's Quick Wit. This is just the full art variant. This is not the special illustration rare. There is a special illustration rare of this, but yeah, I mean, we're off to a good start as far as the master set goes. Once we get the pile sorted, we can put everything together, and I'll keep you guys updated as the chase continues, as we've got a reverse hollow Lucia's Appeal. And we just keep going in the piles like this. And this is what I do when I open up Pokemon cards. When I'm opening up a new set, when I'm opening up Pokemon cards in general, I just really like to make different piles of it, so that way it's easier to organize. This booster bundle in specific has been very good, as we've already got another hit with the Cyclizar EX, but we will recap everything at the end. I know it can be tough to watch an entire video worth of openings and things like that, so I do appreciate anybody who is here. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the set, things like that. But Surging Sparks is going to be a very difficult set to master, as we've got another hit with the Spheal illustration rare. That's crazy. This one's actually pretty cool too. The illustration rares in this set, I would say, are fairly good. They're not as good as some of the other sets that we've had, but the special illustration rares are really good, and there are a lot of really strong illustration rares. Surging Sparks is going to be a very good set. Obviously, it's very hyped already. As we enter into booster bundle number 3. This is the first time we've really seen prices like this, demand like this, and it's all culminating into this perfect storm, I feel like. Once we get to, holy buckets, another hit. Once we get to next year with all the sets that are coming out, we've got the owner set that comes out in March. Obviously, we've got Prismatic Evolution that comes out in January. That's going to be a specialty set with all the evolutions, and it looks like it's going to be a massive set as far as set size goes. And then in May, I think it sounds like we're going to have the Glory to Team Rocket set. We'll see. The jury's still kind of out on that, as far as, you know, obviously that's still a long ways off. But Surging Sparks is kind of the beginning of the storm, and it is going to be a difficult set to master. I've had a lot of questions of how many packs do I think it's going to take me to pull an entire master set. My guess is it's going to be somewhere around the 1,500 mark. To pull the master set, and then we're just going to give it all away anyways. But somewhere around 1,500, that's my guess. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Like I said, on Thursday, I think, is when we'll do the giveaway announcement. Holy buckets, are you kidding me? Oh man, this is broken already. Wow, as we've got the Hydreigon SIR. This is my first time opening Surging Sparks, and it's off to a really good start, as we are already 2 SIRs in. So it'll be very interesting to compile all the pull rate data. We will still open up plenty of booster boxes and Friday's video. So Thursday's video will be, hopefully Tuesday we'll finish up the master set. Then Thursday's video will be going over the master set. We'll do the giveaway announcement, and that'll be the video that you want to make sure you're subscribed and you like and you comment on and you do all the things, so that way you can be entered. And then Friday we will go over full pull rates with probably a couple thousand packs. As far as the sample size goes, so that way you can make the best decisions when it comes to spending your collection dollars. Right out of the gate, Surging Sparks obviously doing extremely strong as far as price point goes. So a lot of times trying to find it, you know, anywhere you can find it at a discounted rate is obviously going to be ideal. Checking out your local game store or your LGS near you. Hopefully they can have booster packs of some sort that are going to be a little bit less than what a booster box looks like. But booster box is obviously starting out really strong. Surging Sparks is a bigger set, a little bit bigger than what we saw with Twilight Masquerade, as we have a Flapple illustration rare. So it's going to be a lot of packs to try and put it together. However, nowhere near the set size of what is coming with Prismatic Evolution. That is very nervous about Prismatic Evolution. So we give away a master set every single set release. Latias EX, nice. Every single set release, we give away a master set. We open one up, we compile all the pull rate data, and then we put it in one of these custom-made binders, like I said, from the Unlucky Collector. So then we give it away to one lucky subscriber. And Prismatic Evolution is probably the first time where I am very nervous about a set release because I have no idea what to expect, as we've got back-to-back Latiases, but this one is the full art variant. So we are getting plenty of hits out of these first 4. So we're about 20% done now after we open up this pack, and we're getting plenty of hits so far. But we talked about Prismatic Evolution. We briefly touched on it in Friday's video. The amount of special illustration rares that I think it said 32 is what PokeBeach said, seems very, very nerve-wracking if there is going to be 32. And the reason behind that is because we have never had a set size that big before. Now, they could adjust pull rates. They could adjust pull rates if you want to compare it to like a Crown Zenith thing, and they could say, this is the Prismatic Gallery, and these are all SIRs, and they're going to be easier to pull. That would be fine, but if they do not adjust any pull rates, right now your average pull rate for an SIR is like 1 out of 68 packs. So if we have to do that 32 times, that would be a very overwhelming master set to try and pull. As we've got a Black Kyurem EX, but then you add on top of that the idea that they are bringing the Master Ball Reverse Hollow pattern to an English set, and we are going to see that in Prismatic Evolution. So depending on pull rates for that, that's going to make things very difficult. So trying to master that and pull all those cards could result in just an absolute ton of packs. We'll figure it out. We'll do it. We'll give away the master set, but it's going to be a tough one. So make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure to join us along on this journey of, I don't even know what I would call it. This Pokemon card, it is crazy. It has been absolutely crazy. And it's just going to get crazier as we move forward. So just be careful with the FOMO out there. Be careful with the hype out there. It's easy to get lost in it all. Just try your best. Enjoy the hobby. Don't get lost in all the numbers. As we've got a Scovillain EX full art. There we go. Not bad. All right. Getting some hits, which is good. It'll be very interesting to compile all the data at the end and see where we're at with this set, because there's a lot in here. Starting off really strong so far. So we are 5 bundles in, a quarter of the way done, 120 packs. But I really wanted to use booster bundles for this one. I think last time we did, the last set we did, which was Stellar Crown, I think last time we opened up a larger amount. We did a sealed case of sleeved boosters. So I wanted to mix it up a little bit. This is a little bit less than that. Obviously, sleeve boosters, those cases have 144, as we've got our first Melodic EX. 144 booster packs for sleeve boosters. This is only 120, but it still gives you a decent sample size. It gives you a little bit over 3 boxes. I'm really excited to start digging into some of the booster boxes, and we'll do all the normal data and stuff like that, so that way you can make all the best decisions for your collection budget. Obviously, it's going to be a very important time to make sure you're making the best decisions, as we've got a full art Surfer, our first full art trainer of the day. Oh no, we already pulled the Clement. What am I talking about? But yeah, making the best decisions for your collecting budget is kind of really what it's all about, because we've got Black Friday coming up, which will hopefully help a little bit. But then we've got next year is going to be crazy. And there's already been a lot of Prismatic Evolutions pre-orders out there. You really want to be careful. Again, we don't know what anything looks like as far as allocation numbers go. They just kind of officially announced the set last week. Pokemon Center sold out of their Elite Trainer boxes. There's other websites that put theirs up above MSRP already that are selling out. You just got to make sure that you're careful, because there's a lot of hype out there right now. As we've got a Stunfisk. This is our first Stunfisk illustration rare, so we are continuing the heat here. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. I have not watched any openings yet of Surging Sparks, actually, to look at how things are going. But it seems like we're getting a lot of hits, which will make for interesting data to kind of compile. But booster bundles seem to be starting off really, really strong. And I've had bad luck with booster bundles in the past, but this is a good start. The good thing about the booster bundle product is it's just 6 packs. It's like a cheaper version of a booster box. You don't get any fluff or anything like that. The Elite Trainer box, for example, you get the promo card, you get the sleeves, you get the dice. Obviously, there's cost that's built in just to the Elite Trainer box itself. But this is cheaper cardboard. It's just a less expensive product for Pokemon to make, so it's got better value in it because you're really just buying the booster packs itself. So as we start out this booster bundle, a little bit slower for our first 2, but you get 6 packs per booster bundle. It's a nice little product that Pokemon started not too long ago. They never used to have a booster bundle product. It kind of, when they first introduced it, really reminded me of the pre-release kits, the build-in battles, because they were the same shape, except you didn't get the promo pack inside. And then they changed the shape of it with, I don't remember if it was Temporal Forces or if it was Paradox Rift. One of those sets, they kind of changed up the shape of it. So the booster bundle started looking different, and then they went back and they reprinted some Crown Zenith product into booster bundles. We are, this is when things are not fun, is when you go 0 for 5 in a booster bundle, and then you're down to your last pack. You should never have a booster bundle where you get no hits, but it looks like it is going to catch up to us. Our strong start is definitely going to catch up to us as we hit our first booster bundle that was completely empty. So that is the frustrating side of things. You can go to the store, you can buy a booster bundle, and you can get 4 hits, including an SIR. And the next day you can go and spend $27 on the same booster bundle, same product, and get absolutely nothing but a bunch of bulk. We're going to get our first Hyper Rare, which is pretty cool. Our first Alolan Executor Hyper Rare. That is very neat. First gold card. So we are going to hit pull rates, it looks like. I think illustration rares is the only rarity that the jury is still out on. We've got half the case left yet. So we are off to a very strong start as far as that upper rarity category goes, which is really encouraging. They had pull rates changed. Paradox Rift is when things really started changing a little bit, and then Temporal Forces is when things started changing a lot. That was kind of the point where you weren't guaranteed to get any of those upper rarity categories in your booster box. So there's the Alolan Dugtrio illustration rare, which is very cool. I remember when Alolan Dugtrio first became a thing in Sun and Moon Base and how funny it was. And it's nice to see it's still going strong as we wind down on this booster bundle right here. But yeah, Paradox Rift, you were pretty much guaranteed to get either a Hyper Rare in your booster box or a Special Illustration Rare. It would be one of the two, but rarely would you get one of each. And then Temporal Forces was really the first set where there was no guarantee at all. You could open up a booster box, and it might have had nothing in it. It might have had no Special Illustration Rare and no Hyper Rare. So that's rather unfortunate, but we are that's where we're at right now. Pull rate's a little bit tougher. Obviously, that's why we're seeing some prices be a little bit more expensive with some of those Special Illustration Rares like Terapagos, which just came out in Stellar Crown. Obviously, Greninja in Twilight Masquerade. And then this set right here, Surging Sparks, has some pretty big Special Illustration Rares that are in demand, a lot of excitement. Obviously, you have the Lucia's Appeal, which I think right now is the 3rd most expensive card in the set. The 2nd most expensive card in the set is the Latias Illustration Rare, Special Illustration Rare. So that would be cool to pull. And the most expensive card in the set right now is the Pikachu Special Illustration Rare. So that one would also be very exciting to pull. But the Hydreigon currently coming in over $100 as well. And then you have cards like the Melodic Special Illustration Rare. That one's right around $100 as we've got a Flamigo EX. So there's another EX right there. We've got half of this booster bundle left. And we're rifling through this pretty quick. We're at 19 minutes so far. So we're going to try and pick up the pace as much as we possibly can, because this is a lot to watch, openings up of this size. I mean, it's not too many packs, but 120 packs is a fair amount, and I know your time is precious. So we're going to keep rifling through these as quickly as we possibly can as we move into the last pack of this booster bundle. But yeah, definitely let me know in the comments section down below how things are going for you so far on this set. If you've opened anything up, what your pre-orders look like. it is tough. We are expecting a bit of a restock of Surging Sparks fairly quickly. That will impact booster boxes at least, and hopefully bring down box prices a little bit. The good thing is, no matter what, booster box prices still a decent amount below MSRP. MSRP on these Scarlet and Violet era sets, remember, is right around that 160 price point. Pokemon Center sells at MSRP, so anytime you see a product on Pokemon Center's website, that is the MSRP for that item. As we've got a nice Phanpy, which is a really cool artwork as well. Phanpy, not a Pokemon that I think is amazing. I like Phanpy fine, but this artwork is really, really cool. With the Donphan tusks over there and Phanpy just kind of chilling, bouncing around, having a good time. That's a really cool artwork as well. There are some definite cool illustration rares in this set. I think the most expensive one right now is the Latios illustration rare. That one, pre-order pricing on that one was right around the $50 mark. So nothing that's too crazy as far as the illustration rares go, which is nice. You don't have the Eevee or the Squirtle or the Bulbasaur or anything like that, but you do have the Latios is a little bit more expensive, and then there's some other ones that are sprinkled in there that have a little bit higher of a price point to them, but should come down a little bit in price as more and more gets open. The good thing about Surging Sparks is there is a lot of product that has already been sold, which means that there's a lot of product that is going to be opened, and as more and more product hits the shelves and gets ripped open, that drives single prices down. One of the reasons that Shrouded Fable is right now doing so well as far as single prices go is because there's just not as much of it being open. Not as many people are as excited about it, so those price points are a little bit higher because supply isn't really there. As we move into our next booster bundle, I'm making quite a mess. There is a mess all over the place. I still have a mess from last week's pack break. That needs to be cleaned up, and we'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's just every single release week is a tough week because you have hundreds of pre-orders that need to be packed, and you really want to, our goal is to always make sure that you get your product by release day for English releases, so we are working tirelessly. If you can't see it in my eyes, I am very, very tired. Around the clock to make sure we get all the pre-orders packed up so that way we can get those dropped off right away on Monday. Either at UPS or at FedEx or at the post office. So that way they can all get to you by release day, because everybody, you want to open your set. You know, like that's kind of comes out on Friday. You want it by Friday, so that way you can open it up. As we got another Latias EX right there. So we haven't pulled a special illustration right now for a while, but we did pull two pretty early on. So we might be done for this case, because that is 2 is pretty much the expected pull rate, a little bit above the expected pull rate. You're looking at about 136 packs is what it's going to take you to pull 2. We're opening up 120, so it's a little bit better than the expected pull rate, but haven't pulled one now for a little bit. Obviously that Hydreigon was very strong, and the Durant is a cool looking card, so happy to pull both of those. As we move into the next booster bundle here, one of my biggest weaknesses is just figuring out what to talk about when we do these long openings. I have no idea what to talk about. I mean, we've talked about Prismatic Evolution a little bit. We've talked about the pre-orders. You can go to CrossioShop.com and you can get your pre-order for Terrestrial Festival, which is very exciting. That'll be the Eevee set that comes out on December 6th. When it comes to shipping of those, we get product shipped to us on release day, so that way we will receive it the following week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we will get it out, you know, right away the next day as soon as we receive it to you guys. So you should have it, I would say, no later than a week after release or close to a week after release in Japan, which is, I mean, pretty much how it goes with everybody, unfortunately, just because once it releases over there, you got to wait for shipping to get over here, and then it slows things down a little bit. As we've got a cast form illustration rare. That's our first cast form illustration rare. We're just piling up the hits, I feel like. It'll be very interesting to look at. So we thought we would get 10, about 10, because it's 1 out of every 12 packs for illustration rares. So I think we might hit that 10 number. I think we have 8 bundles left. So we are closing down, winding down the opening, getting closer and closer. But there's, I mean, that's still 48 packs to it. And then hopefully we can pull, hopefully we'll pull something else, something decent, and make this good opening a great opening. That would be fantastic. But yeah, we are down to our last 8 booster bundles. So we've got 48 packs left, so just over a booster box. You never know. Maybe we'll get lucky and maybe we'll just pull another special illustration rare. Maybe we'll pull another hyper rare. Obviously, that gold Pikachu would be a great pull, but we'll see. We'll see what we can find here as we move into our last box and a half-ish of Pokemon cards. We're gonna get our full art Archaludon EX. So we have not pulled too many full arts so far. So having that first Archaludon, that's pretty cool. Obviously, we did pull the Surfer, we pulled the Clement, but when it comes to Pokemon, I think we just pretty much pulled the Latias, and that's really it. As we pull another Miracle headset. We have also not pulled too many ace specs, so I think that's like 3 ace specs that we've pulled. Usually you'll get, I think, 2 to 3 ace specs per booster box. There is a little bit more ace specs in this set than there is in the last several sets. Stellar Crown was a very small set compared to pretty much all the main series sets. It's much more comparable to that of like Obsidian Flames. So this is a much bigger set. That's why a lot of people said Shrouded Fable should have been pretty much combined with Stellar Crown because they were both such small sets. So now we've got a much bigger set here as we've got a Scovillain EX. But yeah, combining those together would have made a lot more sense, but instead they broke them up a little bit, and that was this is now Paradise Dragona and Super Electric Breaker is what is making up our Surging Sparks set. So we've got a Deduction Kit. Now we've got a Bravery illustration rare, as my piles are starting to get a little bit disorganized because I'm going too fast. Bravery! All right, very cool. So we're down to 7 booster bundles left. I would really like to pull the Pikachu, I think. Just to pull it, just to see what it looks like in person. The special illustration rare, people are excited about it, but as I'm throwing packs all over the place, people are excited about it, but I think a lot of people the jury is still out until you kind of see it in person, and we'll see how it looks like. If we can pull it. We haven't pulled it yet, as we've got another the Skarmory, which is actually a really cool looking illustration. This one's really neat. So excited to pull this one. He looks so majestic. That Skarmory just looks super majestic. But yeah, there's a lot of Pikachus in the set. Obviously, you have the full art, you have the regular art, you have the special illustration rare, and then there's also a gold Pikachu, a hyper rare Pikachu, and that one is also pre-ordering for above $100 right now. We have not pulled a single Pikachu as of yet. We have not pulled the regular art. We have not pulled any of them. So we are very low on the Pikachu count, but everything else we seem to be pulling except for that electric mouse. So hopefully, maybe we'll get lucky in these last 6 bundles here and we'll find one. But as of right now, can't complain about the pulls so far because they have been pretty good. Just no Pikachu as of yet. So I do like the fact that they have those rainbow borders on the Terra Pokemon cards now. I think that makes it look a lot better than what it did before. The borders just look a little bit more clean, a little bit more crisp. As we're going to get another ace spec right there. Have not seen any double bangers as of yet. Nowadays, you don't really get double bangers like what you used to, where you get two hits in the same booster pack. They kind of changed that. And now you still can get 2 if you count the ace specs as hits. Every once in a while, you will get an ace spec, and then you'll get like an illustration rare behind it. But for the most part, they kind of seem to have gotten rid of pretty much all the double banger possibilities, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's all right. We didn't have double bangers for a really long time, and then they kind of started again when we had the release of the gallery cards with Brilliant Stars, the Trainer Gallery. As we've got another ace spec. This one is Scramble Switch, which was reprinted. That used to be an ace spec back in the black and white days. But yeah, and double bangers not happening nearly as much as what they used to. Happened with Brilliant Stars, really the Trainer Gallery sets, and you would get 2, and then really in the beginning of Scarlet and Violet, you could get quite a few hits just by pulling back-to-back hits, but not so much anymore. As we continue to wind down this opening here, there's another Latias EX. I don't know, batching always seems like it's just a very interesting concept. And so this is like I don't know if that's our 3rd or 4th Latias EX that we've pulled, but we have not, like I said, we have not pulled any Pikachu EX, any regular art Pikachu EX. That's probably the most competitive card in the set, if I had to guess. That will probably make the most impact as far as the ultra rares go. The jury is out, obviously, on a few other ones. Cerula GX could be okay. Archaludon EX could be pretty good. So we'll see how those perform. But Pikachu EX, probably the one that has the most hype moving into the competitive format. But Surging Sparks won't be legal for a couple weeks yet. The next U.S. regional, I believe, is Sacramento. So I believe Surging Sparks will be legal for that. But yeah, we have not pulled a single Pikachu EX as of yet. But we have 4 bundles left. So that's still 24 packs as we're going to get a full art Clement. So that's our second full art Clement that we have pulled. But still no Pikachu EX at all. And it's been a while since we pulled the special illustration rare. So maybe we did get lucky at the beginning and now things are just kind of slowing down a little bit and evening out a little bit. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see how things unveil at the end. We know that we have 2 special illustration rares and we know that we have 1 hyper rare so far. So really the one that we want to count is going to be the illustration rares. We're looking for 10, which would be the equivalent of 1 out of every 12 packs, which is what we expected to get. As we've got our first Slacking EX. We've not pulled a Slacking EX either. So it's not, I mean, variance is always a very interesting thing to kind of look at. Because even though it takes you, let's say, 1 out of every 68 packs, it should take you about 750 packs to pull all of the special illustration rares if you pull perfectly, but that's not possible, unfortunately. You're always going to have a variance, and that's what makes it very difficult to pull an entire master set. That's why it makes it so expensive. For example, when we were opening up Twilight Masquerade, there was a lot of cards we did not have any problem pulling the SIR Greninja. We pulled like 4 of those, but the one card we could not find was the Hearthflame Ogerpon special illustration rare, which is one of the cheaper special illustration rares in the set. Like, it's not even that expensive of a card. We just couldn't find it, and it ended up being almost 2,000 packs before we finally got our first Hearthflame Ogerpon EX, which was absolutely crazy. As we've got a Hydreigon EX. This is what I'm talking about, the rainbow borders. I just think it looks a lot better on the Terra Pokemon cards than what they used to. Just makes them look a lot cleaner and a lot more crisp. But there's definitely some things with the master set that I'm already noticing. As we've got another Latias EX. So that's like 4 or 5 Latias EXs that we have pulled so far, as opposed to no Pikachu EX as of yet. So we'll keep going and we'll see. Maybe it's coming. But we are winding this down fairly quickly here, as we are down to our last 3 booster bundles, which is probably good because my common and uncommon pile is getting awfully high. So let's break into this and see if we can pull a Pikachu EX. That's the goal for this booster bundle. Let's get it out of the way now. It doesn't even matter what rarity it is. I just want to get one, so we have one, and that way we don't have to put pressure on ourselves to pull it in the final 2 bundles. But haven't pulled it as of yet, so we do have a hit in this pack, and that's a Tatsuguri EX. That's our first Tatsuguri EX. But still no Pikachu. So that Tatsuguri is a cool shrimp Pokemon. I really do like the illustration rare in Twilight Masquerade for Tatsuguri. I think it looks very neat. But yeah, still no Pikachu. As we are closing down, we've got about 15 packs left total. So maybe we did just get really lucky at the beginning, and I don't know. Maybe we're done with special illustration rares as we've got a full art Terra Palossand. I forgot this card was even in the set. So Palossand EX right there. Very cool. Palossand is a neat Pokemon. Nice sandcastle Pokemon right there. I remember when that was introduced in Sun and Moon. Still no Pikachu. And it's been a little while since we've pulled our last illustration rare as well. So the goal was 10. Maybe pull rates will line up pretty well. It seemed like we were getting a lot of hits at the beginning, but things definitely have cooled off. And now we are down to our final 12 packs. So we have 12 more chances to pull a special illustration rare. And hopefully, ideally, one of the big 3, whether it be the Pikachu or the Latias or even the Lucia's Appeal. That would be fine as well. But right now we are stuck on 2 special illustration rares, as we've got another Tatsuguri EX. But still not. We are mouseless. We are Pikachu-less, and down to 11 packs But those are the top 3 right now. That gold Pikachu I do think is selling for over $100 as well. There's a lot of cards in the set. It'll be very interesting to kind of document the price drops in the set. I think that there's going to be a fair amount of significance when it comes to the price drop, as we've got a full art Drayton. That's our first full art Drayton. Drayton could have some competitive play in it, just being able to look at the top cards of your deck and be able to increase consistency a little bit. Drayton could make a little bit of noise in the set. There's some decent trainer cards in the set. Obviously, we have the reprint of the Counter Gain, which is nice, as we've got another Melodic EX. That's, I think, our second or third of those, but still no Pikachu EX. And it might come down to the last booster bundle to see if we can find one, but nothing as of yet. And we've got a Tatsuguri EX Full Art Terror. So we are still getting a decent amount of hits, but they're a little bit lower of the rarity scale. Still haven't pulled an illustration rare in a while either. So it's a good thing that we started out as hot as we did, because then we were able to get those upper rarities out of the way. And this is it. This is the last one. So this is our last chance at pulling either another special illustration rare, another hyper rare, or really just the Pikachu in general. Any Pikachu. This is our last 6 packs. And then we'll count it up and we'll see if we did pull 10 illustration rares, because that's kind of the big number, as we've got a Hydreigon EX right there. But we know we hit our pull rate goal for the other 2 higher rarity categories. So it's really just illustration rares that we have to figure out on if we hit 10 of them or not. But we have not pulled one for a little while now. So 4 packs. Hydreigon EX was our last hit. These are our last four chances to pull one more special illustration rare, and it doesn't look like it's coming as of yet. So maybe we'll have to rely on some last pack magic. But down to our final 3 packs here, as we got a Surfer and a Landorus Holo. 2 packs left. I don't know. Maybe we just got lucky at the beginning. And this is how it all evens out. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes. Like, it's average pull rates for a reason. First half of the case was amazing, and the second half of the case not quite as good. But we've got a Drasna full art. At least we got a hit in our last pack, so that's pretty cool. We'll take that. And I do feel like we were above average on full arts and regular art. So we're going to count up specifically the illustration rares here and just see how many we have. So we've got Skarmory for 1, Bravery for 2, Cast Form is 3, Phanpy is 4, Dugtrio is 5, Stunfisk is 6, Flapple is 7, Execute is 8, Spheal is 9, and Clobbopus is 10. So we did hit the exact amount of what we expected to hit. And then we did get the 2 special illustration rares with the... we got the Hyper Rare with the Alolan Executor, and the 2 special illustration rares with the Hydreigon EX and the Durant. So pull rates look very similar. We'll have full pull rate data on Friday for a couple thousand booster packs. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Come back. We'll have it's all Surging Sparks week. So Thursday's video, we'll go over the Master Set. That'll be the video to enter to win the Master Set. Terrestrial Festival boxes are on sale now for pre-order. I'll leave that link in the description down below, as well as the Discord, so we can keep you guys updated on when Prismatic Evolution will become available. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. I know it was longer. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. We'll be back on Tuesday with another video. Till next time, peace!